Three MLB picks for August 10th, 2026. We've got three MLB props for Monday, and two of these guys have been cashing at an 80% rate over their last 10. One hitter just needs one hit, while our two pitchers simply need to stay on the mound. Let's get straight into the card. So, going first play of the day is Jordan Beck over half of a hit. This is one of those props where I'm not asking Beck to have a monster game. We don't need two hits. We don't need a home run. We don't need an RBI. We need one baseball to find some grass. And lately, Beck has been doing exactly that. So, over his last 10 games shown, Beck has recorded at least one hit in 8 of 10 games, an 80% hit rate. More importantly, look at the consistency. He's not necessarily putting up huge multi-hit performances, but that's actually fine for this particular line. He's repeatedly getting that one hit we need. His last 10 average sits around 0.8 hits per game with a median of one hit. Another number I like is his recent road performance. Beck has cleared this number in 4 of his last 5 road games, averaging roughly 0.8 hits per game in that stretch. Now, let's look at the pitching matchup. Beck is expected to see Michael Soroka, who has been solid overall, but Soroka is still allowing about 7.9 hits per 9 innings on the season numbers shown. That's important because we aren't betting Beck total bases or a home run. We simply need an opportunity for him to put one ball in play cleanly. And if Beck is getting around 4 plate appearances, potentially more depending on where he's hitting in the order, I like his chance of finding one hit. The biggest risk here is simply baseball variance. A player could smoke 2 balls directly at defenders and finish 0-4-4. But at this number, with Beck hitting in 80% of his last 10 games shown, I'm willing to ride the consistency. Jordan Beck over 0.5 hits. All right, now pick number 2. Might actually be my favorite pitching angle on the board today. We're taking Michael Soroka over 14.5 pitching outs. Remember what 15 outs means. 5 complete innings. That's it. Soroka does not have to pitch 7 innings. He doesn't have to throw a complete game. We just need him to finish the 5th. Over his last 10 starts shown, Soroka has cleared this number in 8 of 10 games, another 80% hit rate. His average over that stretch is 16.3 outs. But the number I like even more is the median. His median is 18 outs. That means his typical performance during this stretch has been closer to 6 innings than 5. Look at some of those recent results. You got 19, 19, 17, 18, 18, 18, 21, 21. Obviously, there's a couple of blow-ups mixed in, which is always a danger with an outs prop. If the pitcher gets knocked around early or runs up a huge pitch count, the manager can pull him before 5. But when Soroka has been pitching normally, he's been getting comfortably past this number. His season numbers shown are also strong. We're looking at approximately a 3.07 ERA, 1.09 whip, and 7.90 hits allowed per 9. That whip is particularly important for an outs prop. Why? Because traffic kills pitching out props. Walks, long innings, foul balls, increase pitch count, and get the pitchers removed early. A 1.09 whip tells us Soroka generally hasn't been allowing a massive number of base runners. Colorado also has some decent hitters, so this isn't completely risk-free, but we aren't asking for perfection. If Soroka gives us something like 5 innings, 5 or 6 hits, 2 or 3 earned runs, this bet will still cash. And based on what we've seen recently, his normal workload has been beyond 5 innings. Pick number 2 is Michael Soroka over 14.5 pitching outs. Before we get to pick number 3, if these first 2 plays make sense to you, make sure you guys hit that like button and comment your favorite play below. And remember always, we get 15 likes in this video, I will throw a bonus pick into tomorrow's video. And if you guys want all of my free picks every single day, make sure you guys sign up for my Winnable. That's where I'm posting the daily card. And you can also check out the available promos if you want access to additional plays. Now, I've got a special Novik promotion going. Novik is a predictions market style app, similar in concept to Kalshi, and now it's available in more states, including Idaho. If you download Novik through my promotion, send me a screenshot at tsk1016@gmail.com. I'll hook you guys up with 2 months of VIP picks. That's 2 months of VIP. Just for taking advantage of the Novik promotion. Make sure you guys use code NIGHT10. Now, let's get into pick number 3, because this one has an extremely strong recent trend. Our third and final free play is Trevor Rogers over 17.5 pitching outs. This number requires Rogers to complete 6 total innings. Normally, I'm a little more cautious once an outs line gets to 17.5 because you're now asking this pitcher to record that final out of the 6th inning. But look at what Rogers has been doing. He has exceeded this number in 5 straight starts. Those last 5 outings shown 18 outs, 19 outs, 21 outs, 18 outs, 18 outs. 5 straight cashes. And during that stretch, he's averaging approximately 18.8 outs per game. Zoom out to the last 10 starts, and he's still gone over an 8 of 10, 80%. His overall average during those 10 is roughly 18.4 outs, with the median of 18. That median is important because we are essentially betting that Rogers delivers his normal recent outing. Now let's talk about why this can work against Minnesota. Biggest thing for Rogers isn't necessarily dominating every hitter. It's efficiency. Pitchers can allow a few base runners and still get through 6 innings as long as they are not consistently working deep counts. Rogers has repeatedly shown the ability to get through 6 and occasionally 7 innings. Look at the innings totals shown recently. Around 6 innings, 7 innings, 6 plus, another 6 plus, another 7 innings. It's consistency. That's exactly the workload profile I want when I'm betting an over on pitching outs. Another thing I like is that this isn't a pitcher who has barely been sneaking past the number once every few starts. He's been sitting right around 6 innings consistently. Primary concern is obvious. At 17.5, 5 2/3 innings loses. If Rogers gets to 95 or 100 pitches with 2 outs in the 6th, and the manager goes to the bullpen, we lose despite getting a pretty solid outing. That's why I wouldn't blindly play every pitcher with good recent numbers at 17.5. But Rogers' recent workload gives us enough evidence that this team has been willing to let him finish 6 innings when he is pitching well. And right now, his form supports another quality length outing. Trevor Rogers over 17.5 pitching outs. So, yesterday's recap, guys. Before we recap today's card, quick transparency check on yesterday because I always want to show you the wins and the losses. Yesterday, play of the day, we got rocked at Globe Life Field. VIP, 1 and 2. Not the greatest day we wanted. Free play is 1 and 2. But we're not chasing losses, guys, and we're not suddenly doubling units because of one bad card. We reset, attack the next slate, and continue looking for numbers where the underlying data gives us an edge. That's exactly what we are doing today. So today's 3 free plays are Jordan Beck over zero point 0.5 hits, Michael Soroka over 14.5 pitching outs, and last but not least, Trevor Rogers over 17.5 pitching outs. For Beck, we're betting the 80% recent hit rate, and 1 hit requirement. For Soroka, we're betting his recent workload, strong whip, and ability to consistently reach 5+ innings. And with Trevor Rogers, we're riding a pitcher who's cleared this exact threshold in 5 straight starts and 8 of his last 10 shown. As always, nothing in sports betting is guaranteed. So keep your unit sizes consistent and don't chase. If you want all the free picks every day, get signed up on my Winnable. And remember, that Novig deal. Download Novig through the promotion using code NIGHT10. Send your screenshot to tsk1016@gmail.com and I'll get you hooked up with 2 months of VIP picks. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and comment below which of these 3 is your favorite play today. Good luck, and let's cash this Monday card.